Dude, the cat just wanted to cook, and they called it a failure.
Okay, but what was the cat doing that was so suspicious you had to go check the camera? Speaking of like the B movie, I hope you will still be my friend in a year from now.
I'm someone who does not like a single thing Rockstar has put out besides like Max Payne, which
You
they didn't
loved
make the
Red
original
Dead.
Max Payne. The first one I think is good. I do not like Red Dead 2, and you know that.
Where do you hope or think the podcast will be in a year?
Uh, Hopefully not in your basement.
I just don't like meat in the shape of balls. But to be honest, I don't like a lot of meat. That's
What?
not true. I love meat, but not balls. Wait. Hello and welcome to That Goes Awesome, the only podcast where everything goes awesome. I'm Jaden,
I'm Christian.
and we are rolling.
How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing okay. How are you?
Just okay.
Yeah, I
I'm
mean,
good.
just okay.
Okay. Would you like to dive into that at all?
No, because this is the same thing we talk about every podcast.
About how you're just like not doing school?
Yeah.
School sucking?
We'll get there.
Okay, speaking of school, I hit a milestone today.
Okay.
I skipped my first class this semester. 9 weeks in, so that's a new record. Usually it happens in like the first 3 weeks.
You know, I've never missed a class in college.
Such a nerd.
Okay, I've never missed. I've never had like an unexcused absence. I guess I don't know. I've never like skipped class or anything. I've missed when I had like other things to do that were also school related, like Macy's when we did the
Yeah.
parade. I missed for that.
Doesn't count.
But I've never like actually missed a day.
You know my philosophy on college classes, but just
Don't go if you don't have to.
Yeah, if they don't take attendance, I'm not going to the class. But like the issue is all my classes this semester take attendance. However, so the class that I skipped today, I went through something that I'm sure at least a few other college students go through, which is every semester the first day that you decide to skip is like so hard to do because like you'll spend like an hour before class like, oh, should I go or should I not, and then eventually you decide like super close to when it happens. But I spent like my entire first class debating if I was gonna go to my second. My second one's like an hour and a half or 2 hours afterwards. I just want to go home. But the way my second class works is they take attendance every single day, but they like you're not really graded on it. Uh, but it's like they have random in-class assignments, and there's 8 of them total, but only 5 of them count. So you can your 3 lowest in-class assignment grades are dropped, and you get 100 just for doing them. So if you just miss 3 of them, they're excused. But like statistically, if you miss a class, it's probably not going to be a day that it has one of those 8 because there's a lot more than 8 classes. But like I was just like, man, we're 9 weeks into a 15-week semester, and we've only done 3 of them. So he's gonna have to pick up the slack, and if he happens to pick up the slack today, that's gonna suck if he doesn't actually end up doing 8.
He did. Didn't
However, I don't know. However, this is what the final decision happened when I was looking at my grades in the class, which is all hundreds. I'm killing it right now. But like the in-class assignments are all worth 4 points off your final grade, because they're all worth like 20% of your grade total. And I was looking at all the points I've earned, and I have 4.5% of bonus points. So even if he doesn't end up doing 8 and I end up missing one, I get excused just because I have 4.5 bonus points. So I got to skip for free.
I don't know. I don't think I could do it.
Gosh, you're so lame.
I know. I'm like a loser.
Yeah, you are.
I also haven't. I don't think I missed any days of school in high school either.
Gosh, you're such a nerd.
I know I
dude.
didn't my senior and junior year. Well, okay, my senior year, and then all the COVID stuff happened, so I don't really.
You missed a lot.
I mean, I don't really know what we have to say about that, but I know I didn't miss any my senior year, and I haven't missed any in college, which is kind of insane.
That is insane. I like in high school. Obviously, it's a different thing. Like for the first half, your like parents or whatever take you, and the second half you start driving.
Yeah.
But it's like you have to go. You're legally required to be there. In college, it's just like if I wake up and I'm not feeling good, you ain't seeing me in class. Like,
Yeah, I mean it is definitely different in college because you're also paying
Yeah, you're
to
paying
go,
for the class,
paying
yeah.
to be there. But-
as long as like the other class I have is the one I was telling you about, where it takes 2% off of your final grade every time you miss.
That sucks.
Yeah, So I'm
But
just not
also-
gonna miss in that class.
Just show up.
Yeah, but like I don't want to.
I mean, I don't want to go to most of my classes either, but I don't know. I want to get the most out of college. If
Gosh! Oh my gosh! What a loser!
I mean, I not exactly. I mean, yeah, I do, I guess, but I don't. It sounds like I'm a loser when I say that, but I'm paying to be there.
I mean, yeah, I understand that, but like, I get good grades either way. I'm still
Okay.
clearly learning the same amount.
Are you though?
Yes, I'm getting the same grades that I would if I was in the
disclaimer.
class.
There's definitely classes you can skip.
Definitely for sure.
'Cause-
There's some that you shouldn't, and
and
there's
there's
some that I
some-
won't.
There's some classes that like I wish I didn't even have to take, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially like gen eds and stuff that they require you to take, which is isn't the whole point of high school gen eds.
Yeah,
like, why do we
literally.
take them in college?
Anyways, now that you've all clicked off because we've just been talking about school for the past 5 minutes, let's talk about something a little bit more interesting. So this other day at work. Yeah. Oh, it's actually not that interesting, other than the fact that I just recently changed jobs, right? So a lot of people in my old job knew about the podcast. Not so many people knew at the new job know about the podcast until the other day when I don't just random people that I do know that I used to work with who like still work with me. They like just brought it up and were like we're talking about it with people. Anyway, so like a bunch of people at my new job were just like asking me about the podcast and stuff and just like talking about it with me and all that. And this one person that I work with told me that I have a really good podcast voice, and I had never thought I did, and it made me happy.
That's a good thing to hear.
I feel like I think I have a better podcast voice than you do.
You just are louder than I am. I think my general speaking voice is better, but whenever it comes to podcasts, you're just pronounce like things way more.
I think I would. I'm also myself, so I don't know, but I would definitely like to listen to you more than I like to listen to me.
I hate listening to my own voice.
I know, but like, that's why it made me feel good when somebody's like, "You sound like you have a podcast voice." I was like, "Thanks, I've never got that before, and I have a podcast."
I like the idea of using that compliment on someone who doesn't have a podcast. Like, man, I listen to you for hours.
There are some people that I would listen to for hours.
Dude, that reminds me of one time I was at Olive Garden with my girlfriend, and our waiter walked up. What? Our waiter walked up to us, and he started taking our order, and this man had the most like buttery smooth voice ever, and I was like, man,
Yeah,
he's just taking my order, and he's trying to rizz me up just by talking to me. Like,
some people have good voices.
yeah, it's kind of crazy. Why didn't you just like change yours?
Some people have good.
Some
voice.
people have good voices.
Some people have good voices.
Okay, you're throwing the bit in a hole, Jim.
Okay.
You have to keep repeating it.
Let's pull the bit out.
You saved it.
Anyways,
Okay, this is so. To keep on topic of just random things that are happening school-wise.
nobody wants to listen to us talk
Bro,
about
listen,
school.
It's not actually school.
We
but
did
it's
a
just,
whole
like, the
podcast
general
about school and
concept.
nobody watched it.
College students are broke. Clearly.
Speaking of
Um,
Baroque,
Can continue?
you know, like the time period. We were talking about that earlier.
Why were we talking about that earlier?
Because if it's not Baroque, don't fix it.
I don't like you.
Okay, sorry.
But
go on.
so college students just make do with whatever they have, and currently my cabinet is just full of ramen noodles, and I spent my entire poor childhood eating ramen noodles nonstop, so I don't really feel like eating them right now. So currently, in the past 48 hours, I am running on 5 cans of Vienna sausages. That is all I've eaten in the past 24 hours.
Never had that.
You've never had them?
I don't think so.
Until like recently, I've always done this thing where I'll open a can, and have you seen a can? Because they're like
Yeah.
this big, and there's just like there's like 6 of them in there.
I've stocked
7.
them. There's like six
seven
of
in
them.
there. But like they're not large at all. So like obviously they don't really fill you up, but usually like the flavor would overwhelm me so bad. So like in the past like 20 years of my life, I would eat like 3 of them and struggle to finish the rest of the can. But out of nowhere, recently they've become like a delicacy, and I just like before I even came here, I was like, man, I haven't eaten anything today. So I went upstairs, opened a can, and just like slammed it down in like 30 seconds.
You know what I like eat very regularly?
No,
Ravioli.
isn't that you had that earlier?
Yeah.
Is it like Chef Boyardee ravioli?
Yes.
Okay.
Not like homemade ravioli. I like homemade ravioli. Or like when I go to Olive Garden, I get the ravioli. But no, that's Chef Boyardee. I used to always eat the beefaroni too. You ever had that one?
Yeah, that's better in my opinion.
Really?
To sticking with Chef Boyardee, I was thinking about this the other day. I think Chef Boyardee spaghetti is so heavily carried by the meatballs. If it is just the spaghetti, I don't want it.
Hot topic.
Okay.
I'm not a big meatball guy. Period.
Almost just like, almost said something crazy, but I can't say that on a podcast.
I just don't like meat in the shape of balls. But to be honest, I don't like a lot of meat. I mean, that's
What?
not true. I love meat, but not balls. Wait. I don't like meatballs. I don't know. That's it. I just don't like meatballs. Yeah, I
With
always
you right now.
always dig them out. I dig the meatballs out of the spaghetti and stuff. My
You're a
dad.
loser, dude.
I don't know. I just don't like it.
Another thing, I don't. This is maybe it's just like the child left in me, but like, is it just me or does SpaghettiOs taste so much better than the full-on spaghetti?
Yeah,
Why? But why? They're the same thing. But like, why does SpaghettiOs taste better?
it's a mindset.
There's a placebo effect. I like the O shaped more than the stick.
I really like the placebo effect. Have you ever witnessed like a big example of the placebo effect?
Well, I mean, yeah, you can get if anybody
Like-
doesn't know something, they can get convinced of something really easily just by thinking.
Do you have like an example like personally though?
Like I've seen people who like think they're drunk, but then like eventually they're told that the thing that they're drinking is not alcoholic, and they're just like, what's happening, man?
You've seen that?
Yeah,
I mean,
I'm
I
not around drunk people a lot, but
I don't think
like,
I've witnessed that like
it's funny.
personally, but I think the placebo effect is just interesting.
there was a thing back in high school where people would like, or also middle school, people would like hit a vape and then be like, "Yo, I'm zooted right now," and I'm like, "Dog, your blue raspberry vape is not gonna get you high."
I feel like that's a little different though. I mean, they're still like hitting a vape.
Well, yeah, it's still not gonna get them high. Do you know how vapes work?
I mean, not really.
I mean, I never hit one. But...
I mean, I do, but not extensively.
well, they don't get you high.
Okay.
Well,
Well,
maybe if nicotine high, I guess is kind of a thing, but it's not like the kind they're thinking.
I've never used a vape.
I have seen someone think they got drunk off of energy drinks before, and I'm like, I don't think you really know what drunk means.
People are dumb. Stay away from energy drinks,
Amen.
especially if
I'll
you're a Christian.
die if I drink them. So.
Yeah. Stay away from all bad things like that. Stay away from vapes.
Keep listening to bad things.
No. And
Spiders.
Arr!
Speaking of spiders, okay, crazy thing. I'm the only person in my house that lives downstairs. So it's like the basement-y area because like halfway underground. And the garage is right beside my room, and one of my walls is nothing but glass. You've been in my house, you've seen it. Like, one of my walls is nothing but glass. There's just a curtain, and like one of the 3 entrances to my house is my bedroom. So a lot of like random things will just stumble upon my room if the garage door is open or if my door is open like for me to let the dogs out or whatever. And I used to get a ton of spiders and stuff like that constantly. And then about like a year ago, there was a spider on my ceiling and I slapped it and its dead body was on my ceiling and I've left it there for a year and I've seen like 2 spiders max since then. I think I left a message. It's like whenever you kill somebody and put their head on a pike and no one comes near you.
It's still there?
It's still there.
You never got it off your
No,
ceiling?
it's working. The plan was I'm gonna see if any spiders come around, and then barely any have come around.
No, the plan was I'm too lazy to get this off
No,
my
it's
ceiling.
literally not. You can ask Marina. This was literally my plan from day one. I killed the spider and said I'm gonna leave it there. I had heard that it worked.
People have studied this?
Yes, and it works. I'll tell you that much. I did see a spider that was like legitimately this big on my pillow, and I was like, man, I don't want to go to sleep.
Should have put out a trigger warning if you're scared of spiders. If you have
If they're scared of the description of spiders, grow up.
grow up. And if you don't get that reference, that's a reference to last podcast when we talked about arachnophobia and how
Other fears.
you should grow up if you're scared of spiders in video games.
We did, yeah,
So,
in video games specifically.
If you missed it, you need to make sure you're subscribed on all platforms, including YouTube, Spotify, TikTok, and Instagram, so you don't miss stuff like that, because that's interesting.
You always sold them on that one. Okay, but obviously the whole concept of people getting like so scared of spiders that they have to have arachnophobia modes in video games and stuff like that, I think that's really dumb and cringe. Speaking of something that I find very dumb and cringe, so there's this thing on TikTok that I have despised ever since I joined it like 5 years ago or whatever, which is like in the comment section, people will just like bring up something random from like history or whatever, and then suddenly every single person in the comment section knows exactly what they're talking about, and it's just
Right?
like something will happen, and this like somebody will be like, "Oh, this is exactly what happened to Annabeth Jonas," and then every single person in the comments is like, "No, this reminds me of Annabeth Jonas." I'm like, "Who the heck is Annabeth Jonas, and why do you all know who she is?"
Because people want to seem included
Yeah,
and
exactly.
seem cool, so they quickly Google it.
Yeah, I don't think they Google it. I think one person starts it, and then everybody's like, "Oh, I can get likes if I copy what this
Yeah.
person said." And it's just like a ton of people who were just like echoing like what the other person says, and none of it means anything. Makes me so mad.
Speaking of random comments, have you ever gotten a wedgie?
Okay, we need to explain this topic real quick. So there's a person. I wish I could remember their username. It's Lauren
Lauren,
something.
Lena
I
Lauren.
don't know, but they have commented on 2 of our videos now, asking us if we've ever gotten a wedgie. So I feel like we have to talk about it. So like, have you?
I mean, I feel like I've certainly gotten a wedgie before.
You ever gotten one on
But
camera?
I've never like gotten wedgied by someone.
But what
Yeah.
do you mean? So like you mean like you just like stood up and like your underwear was halfway up your crack? And you're
Yeah.
just like, okay, that doesn't count.
But no one's ever came up to me like, like
Really? Not a single time?
You have?
Yeah. Not from any like random people. It's exclusively been family.
My family doesn't go around messing with each other's underwear.
My older sister did it to me when I was like really young. She was just mean to me all the time. She threw a stick at me one time and it like stabbed into my ankle.
And then she pulled your underwear up
No, but she told me if I told my mom, she'd stop playing with me.
here. So did you lie? Did you have like a good? I know. I know you just said.
Not a single word came out of you.
I know you just said like she would like mess with you all the time, but did you have a good relationship growing up?
No. Like not really growing up. We were always at each other's throats. There's 4 year age difference. So she was not mature enough for her age. um but actually like, I was a very nice kid, but like
No, you
I
weren't.
was very much like a tattletale as a kid. Which is like if my sister did something bad, I'd immediately tell on them. So like, I would understand that being annoying when you're like 12 years old and your 8-year-old brother is just like saying it, telling your parents on everything you do.
Anyway, so do you have a specific story of a time you were wedgied?
Specific time I was wedgied? I don't think so. I think it just happened.
It just happened.
I there's one thing that I could explain, but I really do not want to mention it on camera. I mean, I can say I can like, just explain the general concept. I was just
Okay.
like wedgied by my sister, and it hurts so bad. It hurts
I'm-
so bad.
I would imagine it would hurt. Like,
If they go for the full on like atomic style wedgie, where it's like almost above your head, like that's awful. And it's just like here I am at like 6 years old, and my underwear are currently like big enough to fit like a sumo wrestler because she just stretched them that bad. And it's just like that hurts. I'll tell
I
you
would
that
imagine
much.
that hurts. Like,
Lifted off the ground, that kind of wedgie.
you got lifted off
Yes.
the ground. Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I'm 120 pounds at 21 years old. As a 6-year-old, I was probably like 5 ounces. I don't know, but like so I didn't take a lot of effort. But still, yeah, I have indeed gotten a wedgie. So thank you for asking, Lauren.
Lauren, I hope you're happy. You got to hear the story about him getting underwear up his booty hole. Anyways, why did I say that?
I don't know. Jaden, okay, so we've talked about random things from childhood recently. I think I know the answer to this already, but I'm just going to ask you just in case.
Half the things you ask me, you start with that.
About childhood? I think it's just an
No,
important thing to talk about.
Just about.
Oh, I think I already know the
Yeah.
answer. We've been friends for a while now,
No.
and we talk about a whole bunch of random things. We should start a podcast.
Oh my god, dude. Okay, sorry. No.
No, continue.
Okay. I went to the Applebee's.
The Applebee's?
Yesterday.
The one
Wait,
that started it all?
No, it wasn't
It
yesterday.
wasn't yesterday.
It was Saturday. I went to the Applebee's where it all started, and I sent you a snap, right?
Mhm.
I was like, man, I'm here. Because for context, if you missed the first episode of the podcast, first of all, go back and restart and then come back here. But this whole podcast started because me and Christian were sitting at Applebee's and we were like, man, we should start a podcast. And then we were like, yeah, but everybody says that. And we were like, yeah, but we should be better than everybody and actually do it. And then we did. And now we're here.
Yeah, we're killing it right now. Okay, back to the topic.
Sorry.
So, good old childhood days. Did you watch a lot of movies as a kid? TV shows, anything, cartoons, that kind of thing?
I mean, average.
Okay, so that's a decent amount as a kid. Did were there any like cartoon characters that caught your eye, Jaden? You have any good old fictional crushes as a child?
I need to put some thought into this. I don't know. I remember Danny Phantom. There was a girl, like a cartoon in that in that show.
Okay.
That's like I don't know why that was the first thing that popped in my mind when I was like a kid. I don't know. I don't remember anything. You go. Do you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about, but I do not know her name. I didn't watch a lot of Danny Phantom as a kid.
I love Danny
Um,
Phantom, and there was a random girl in that show. You know who I'm talking about if you watch that show.
I feel like I've had a lot, but one of the ones that I remember being like an actual that really thought was beautiful as a child was Ellie in The Last of Us, like the original game, not like the show or the remaster or whatever. But like, well, I mean, the remaster same character, but like as a kid, I was like, yeah.
When did The Last of Us come out?
2013,
So you were like 10.
around that, and she was 12, so yeah.
So it's not weird, guys.
No. Also, you haven't watched Harry Potter, have you?
No.
I thought Hermione Granger was the most beautiful woman alive when I was a kid. I still think Emma Watson is gorgeous.
I don't know. I can't really think of like.
You don't got a Lola Bunny or like the Shark Lady from Shark Tales or whatever, like
What?
the fish lady from Shark Tales.
I mean, pretty much from like being like a kid. All I remember watching is like Wonder Pets.
Man,
like
that gerbil had it going on, man.
the Backyardigans. No, okay,
The
maybe
pink thing. What was the pink thing?
I don't know.
What was the pink thing? Was it an anteater or was it just an ant?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know what it was.
It's been a long time. I guess okay. So maybe not when I was like a kid, but like older, I guess.
Okay.
Like, you were like more like teenager, like preteen, I guess.
Dude, I still have fictional crushes. Like,
Okay, who's some fictional crushes you have now?
are we talking like actual, like real life actors, or are we talking like video
No.
games and stuff like that? I feel like it's more fun to talk about just other things that aren't real people.
Yeah, I was
Like-
thinking like
Yeah,
cartoons.
Neither character you will know. Yeah, that person. Do you know what that is? What is it?
Some sort of bug creature.
Yeah, I don't know. But Tifa and Aerith, the two main like, women characters in Final Fantasy VII, are
Okay.
they killed it with those character designs. Let me tell you. Honestly, Ellie in The Last of Us Part 2, yeah, still attractive.
I can see that.
There's just a lot of attractive video game characters, like Sadie in Red Dead 2 and stuff like that. There's like some.
See, I didn't get any of that. I don't. Maybe I'm just not
You've just
attracted.
never been attracted to fictional characters.
I don't know. I mean, like I remember when I was playing through Red Dead, you were like, "Man, Sadie," or no, there was.
Abigail.
I was about to say there's another. Yeah, it was Abigail, and I was like, yeah, I don't. I think video game developers obviously design. In some cases, they design certain characters with some of that in mind, I guess.
Yeah.
Especially games where I see like designs for the characters from like Final Fantasy and stuff. I mean, I feel like it's that, but like Red Dead's a little different, where it's actually like just more real people,
Yeah.
kind of. But even then, I never really saw it like that. I mean, I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess, but I've never like, man, she's attractive.
That's crazy to me. I think it's such a common thing. 'Cause everybody talks about Lola Bunny and stuff like that. As a kid, I didn't see it. I still don't.
I don't even know who that is.
Space Jam?
I don't know what that means.
You don't know what Space Jam is? Dog. What are you doing on the couch? Go upstairs and watch Space Jam.
I can watch it right here while you're doing the podcast. What
You
is that?
stop the podcast right here. Finish the show after we watch Space Jam.
What
it's
is
a
it?
it's a like, late '90s movie about like Looney Tunes players in basketball, and like Michael Jordan's in it. He's like the main character, and they get a team of called the Toon Squad, and they play basketball. They had a more recent one that had LeBron James in it. It was awful. You never heard of this?
No.
That's insane.
I've heard it mentioned before, but I never had any idea what it is.
That's actually crazy.
Anyway, speaking of things that are actually crazy, it is time for breaking news. Welcome back to your weekly weird news. Today on your weekly weird news, security camera catches cat dropping mouse into human family's dinner. Animal rescuers in California shared security camera stills capturing the moment a foster kitten spiced up her human family's dinner with a special ingredient, a dead mouse. The Merced SPCA shared photos captured by a home security camera in the foster family's kitchen. The photos show the foster kitten, Wendy, dropping a dead mouse into a pot cooking on the stove. Wendy is a foster failure that was caught.
Poor Wendy, man.
Wendy is a foster failure that was caught on the kitchen cam, or the kitten cam, adding spice to her mom's dinner, the post said. We should all be thoughtful as Miss Wendy. Wendy's foster owner said she was out feeding her dogs when the kitchen camera recorded the cat's attempt at cooking. She said the feline's suspicious behavior when she returned to the kitchen led her to check the camera footage and discover the surprise Wendy had left in the pot. As you can guess, it was a takeout for dinner that night. And that's it.
Man. Foster failure. Okay. Sea otters are stealing surfboards in California. Again.
Again?
On Wednesday, Isabella Orduna was catching some waves at Steamer Lane, a popular surf spot off Santa Cruz, California, when she felt a small nip on her foot. Startled, Miss Orduna, a 21-year-old college student, rolled into the water. The moment she surfaced, she saw a big, fuzzy, chunky bear of an otter sitting on her board, she said. I was like, wow, what do I do now? The hijacking of Miss Orduna's surfboard was the first of two such incidents reported this week at Steamer Lane. On Thursday, another surfer had their board commandeered by a sea otter. If this sounds familiar, that's because similar incidents happened there in 2023. A female sea otter known as 841 became a sensation after she climbed aboard several surfboards and evaded capture. It is unclear if 841 is the culprit in this week's cases. If it's her, the cases may be written off as troublesome behavior by a repeat offender. But experts say it's possible that another otter has begun to see the appeal of surfing. That may highlight the need to manage clashes between a rising number of human aquatic sports enthusiasts and a resurgent population of marine mammals in their natural habitat. For now, people in their community are calling on surfers and others in the ocean to keep their distance for their own safety and that of the otters. Miss Orduna, who is new to surfing, was about done for the day and heading back to shore when she had her otter encounter. I'd call it an exploratory nip, she said. It didn't puncture my skin or anything. She tried tipping the board over and shouting to shoo the otter away, but the animal refused to budge. Onlookers on shore called 911. Within minutes, Ben Coffey, a marine safety officer for the Santa Cruz Fire Department, helped her back to shore, where she was found to have no injuries. Mr. Coffey then paddled back out to retrieve the board. After a brief struggle, the otter eventually relented, and Miss Orduna's board was undamaged. While such encounters can be dangerous for both otters and humans, Santa Cruz's locals often celebrate them. After Otter 841's brush with virality in 2023, her furry face was printed on t-shirts. She inspired an ice cream flavor, and marijuana dispensaries' billboards depicted her biting a surfboard above the words, "Warning, locals have the munchies." Her fame only grew after wildlife officials tried to capture her. While officials pursued 841 in the water, residents booed them from shore and sported shirts that declared being an otter is not a crime. The authorities eventually called off Otter Hunt after discovering that 841 is pregnant. After she gave birth, she stopped trying to steal surfboards, leading many to believe her behavior was the result of pregnancy-related hormones. Man, I hate those hormones that make me want to surf. Some thought this was the end of the chaos, but experts felt differently. The number of sea otters and the number of surfers in Santa Cruz have been steadily rising for years, so things like this are likely to occur more frequently, said Gina Bental, director and senior scientist with Sea Otter Savvy, an organization that works to reduce human-caused disturbances to sea otters and promote responsible wildlife viewing.
Well, whether it be as a failure or as a 3-digit number, it's clear that humans need to be nicer to how they refer to animals, because they might just be being thoughtful, or maybe they're hormonal. That's all for today's weekly weird news.
Dude, the cat just wanted to cook, and they called it a failure.
Okay, but what was the cat doing that was so suspicious she had to go check the cameras?
Animals behave in mysterious ways. It was probably just looking at her funny. But, like... Okay, do you know like, the whole concept of cats bringing the owners mice and stuff like that?
I mean, yeah, I've heard of it.
They do it as like a gift because
Yeah.
they're like, oh, you feed me, I'm gonna feed you. So I think it was like the cat was just like, oh, you're going to eat what is in this, so I'm just gonna also put my food in it.
That's a smart cat.
Yeah, that's kind of hype.
Imagine they didn't like realize though. Just ate like soup
Ugh.
with rat.
Yeah, I do. I want to know what the meal was. Did it say what the meal was?
I don't think so. We'll have to ask the
Because
reporters.
imagine it's just like a salad. It's just like there's a very obvious.
No, I
mouth
think
that's
it
almost
said it was in a cooking pot. So
Yeah,
I don't know. I imagine it being like hidden.
Ratatouille maybe.
Ratatouille. Have you ever rode the Ratatouille ride in Disney?
Nope.
Well, keep it that way. Dude, I remember when that ride... I've been to Disney 3 times.
Twice.
Yeah, and I remember one of the first times I went was when that ride was, like, just built. And it was, like, hyped. Like, hella hyped. And so many people lined up for it. And it, like, had... A lot of Disney rides have, like, hours wait anyways.
Yeah.
But it specifically, like, the entire day stayed, like, a really long line. Then I, when I went recently... I went and rode it because like it wasn't that bad of a line, and I was like, man, like I'm excited. I'm finally going to get to ride this. It was terrible. Like it for a Disney ride, it was pretty bad. Like the scenery and stuff was nice, but it's just one of those rides where you literally just sat there and like you just went wee, and that was about it.
Okay, hot take. I've been to Disney twice. I don't think Disney has a single ride worth waiting more than an hour for. A single one. I'll do it just because they all have super long wait times. But like, I've been to Disney twice and I've been to Universal Studios twice. Universal Studios rides are incredible. Disney barely has any good ones.
Maybe it's because I've never been to Universal, but I love Disney rides.
I think like Dollywood has better rides than Disney.
I
It's just
think
that Disney's are themed.
Dollywood has more thrilling rides for sure. But I think Disney's atmosphere makes it awesome.
Saw this. Stuff like Splash Mountain and Space Mountain.
Well,
A lot
it's
of
not,
mountains.
it's not Splash Mountain anymore. It's like Tiana's Bayou or something. Yeah, they
They do
completely
that?
remodeled it.
I mean, the original movie that Splash Mountain was based on was racist though, so I can't like hate on it too
Yes,
much.
racism does not go awesome.
That is very true. Racism goes awful. Well, like, why do they keep doing that with different rides? Like they did it with I think it was like the Yeti ride or something like that
Mhm.
that they turned into the Frozen
Yeah.
ride. Is it?
No. No, I mean, there's the Yeti ride in Animal Kingdom. That's
Expedition Everest.
yeah, that's-
it's not that one. What was the one that used to be something else before they turned into the Frozen ride?
the Frozen ride is in Epcot. And it's,
Yeah.
I thought it was a whole new thing.
No, it used to be something else, but they changed it to be Frozen.
It's in Norway, right?
Yeah,
I don't know.
I can't remember what it used
I don't
to be.
remember what it used to be.
But like, I mean, it's okay. I'm not a massive fan of rides that are just boats. Like
Yeah,
I like it when
well-
they put a boat on a rail.
That's apparently the new ride they're building in Dollywood.
Yeah, I saw it's like a half roller coaster, half
Yeah.
boat, which sounds really
It
cool.
sounds awesome. And it's have you seen it? It's like huge.
Yeah, it's got like 3 different it goes to like 3 different like biomes.
Yeah, but have you like been to Dollywood and seen the construction of it?
Oh no,
It's like
I've seen
5
pictures.
stories.
That's
I think
insane.
it's really big. It's huge. Speaking of things being huge, um, Christian, I've been thinking.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I've been thinking, and I want to know what you think. What you think about where you're going to be, or how you're going to be, or how we're going to be in various time frames. What about a year, a few years, 20 years? I think that's the topic we should talk about today.
Well, my plans aren't huge, to be fair. I am very much hoping that out of college, which will just be next year.
Okay, we're talking about a year from now, where you think you're going to be?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
I'm very much hoping that very soon after college I can get the job that I want, which is crime scene investigation. Realistically, I'm not going to get that, but I'm going to get a job, hopefully, connected to it. I would like to get a job with the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation, if possible.
Mhm.
And I do believe I can do it, but it's going to take some work. But like that is probably realistically where I would end up staying most of my life if I end up getting there. Because once I'm out of college, it's time to actually look for a career and not just a job. So that is where I see myself a year from now. But like I can't truthfully, of course, say where I think I'll be like more than that until I've been there. And if I hate the job, I don't want to be there 10 years from now. But like realistically, currently my current thought is that for the very foreseeable future, I expect to be around that kind of thing.
So next semester you're going to graduate,
Yeah.
and then straight into it.
I'm gonna try. I don't want to
Yeah.
like. I've been going to college for 4 years. It's time to do something else.
I know, it's just so scary.
It is. I'm terrified.
But yeah, so hopefully from a year from now you're starting somewhere, a big boy job. A year from now for me, I'm still going to be in college.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to be almost done with college.
Almost.
I'll be like right there, but I will still be in school. And then hopefully I'm in a position where everything is set up to where I'm good to go right after college. I'm hoping to, within the year, maybe either start having conversations or looking at like real big boy jobs to get ready for when I'm out, or maybe do some internships. I've thought about that. I don't know if that's going to happen or not. But I hope I'm in a position where I'm set up to be able to start my career, kind of like you said, in about a year from now. But I think it's going to be so weird for us because obviously everybody experiences this, but basically our entire life up until now has been school. And that's just going to go away.
I know. I'm scared because like we've talked about it before, but like all of school is like the tutorial for life, and your life actually starts once you stop having to go to school every single day.
Yeah.
And it's just like you have like a set work schedule, and you're like doing something just like all for the rest of your life, basically, like the B movie.
Yes, it's just like the B movie.
Yeah.
Speaking of like the B movie, I hope you will still be my friend in a year from now because we're going to see each other so much less. And what if you don't want to hang out with me?
That's not gonna happen.
What if you're too busy?
I already don't want to hang out with you.
What if we both have our big boy jobs and we like barely see each other?
I'm sure I'll end up like investigating whatever shenanigans your business gets into.
Probably, to be honest. But okay, in terms of the podcast, where do you see the podcast a year from today?
Well, first of all, blanket statement, I hope it still exists. Because who knows whenever we actually get big boy jobs if we can keep it up, but I do think we can. I believe in us.
Yeah.
But I think that's the biggest hope right now is that we can make it.
And let me just make it clear. I think I'm speaking for both of us, but at least for myself and Daniel, I'm just going to include in this as our producer. We all want this podcast to keep going, hopefully for a long time, and we want it to be successful. If nothing else, like we said in the beginning, just to look back so we can kind of think of it or see like where we were at this point in our lives. But I mean, if it gets to a point where we're too busy, we're obviously going to try. We're always going to try and make this work because we want it to work. But I think it's important to note now that we're doing this because it's fun, and we want to keep doing it if we're having fun.
I do agree.
And if it does get to a point in our lives where we're too busy or we're just not having fun doing this anymore, I don't see that happening right now. But I think that's what it would take for this to stop, is us to stop enjoying it, not us getting too busy. So what I was trying to get at. But I don't see myself not enjoying it now. Like I have a lot of fun.
I do think there's a very high possibility that in the like semi-distant future that we will not be able to do weekly uploads.
That could always happen.
Yeah, that could happen literally next week. But like realistically, and not realistically, like, it's like more like the dream. Like I said, realistically, my dream is that the podcast really takes off, and I don't have to get a big boy job.
See, if y'all support us,
exactly, that's the hope.
Then we could make sure that we do keep the podcast going.
Help these white boys be happy.
Moral of that tangent is, we are doing this because we want to, and as long as we want to, we're going to try and keep doing it.
Yeah. Speaking of things you want to do, so completely ignoring everything that you set up yourself to do in your life, what would you actually truly want to do?
Some type of performer, if I could.
Like adult performer, or like what are we talking about here?
No, like music or just like some type of entertainment, acting or whatever. Like if I was in a movie, that'd be awesome. If I could just be an actor.
I agree with that for sure.
if I was talented enough, I'd love to like perform on Broadway. That'd be awesome.
I would also love to do that.
If I could do anything in the world, that's what it would be.
I can definitely agree with that. Acting is like such an easy job to say that you want because it just seems so fun to just
Yeah.
go. I love acting.
This can kind of relate to like performing. So like dream job if we were like successful for like YouTube channel and stuff.
Yeah, but like you've heard this one. I would love to do stunts for movies.
Mhm.
I think being a Hollywood stuntman would be really sick. It's just like first of all, have to go to Hollywood, a lot of money, and then I'd also have to take so many like classes, like martial art classes and stuff like that, just to be able to do certain things. I can hit a backflip, but like they're gonna need a little bit more than that.
Okay, a year from now though, this just clicked in my head. A year from now, I will hopefully be playing GTA 6. Dude, a year from now, GTA 6 is finally going to be out. And I have been waiting for this game like my entire life. It's been building up to this, is what it feels like.
I wish I understood the hype behind GTA.
Man, GTA is awesome. And whether you're like really into it or not, you can't deny it. When that game comes out, it's going to change the entire gaming
I've
industry.
been over this before.
You didn't let me freaking finish.
You're fine.
It's going to change the entire gaming industry.
I think it's gonna change it in an awful way.
Why? Because of prices?
I genuinely do not believe that the game can match the expectations that has been built up. I don't think any game that has been in development for over 10 years can reach what it's supposed to be. I think the Elder Scrolls 6 is going to suck, and Skyrim is one of my favorite games ever. But like, I do not believe there's any way that GTA 6 is as good as people want it to be. However, I do not think that will stop people from thinking it is significantly better than all of the other ones. And even if it sucks, I don't think people will hold it accountable for sucking. I think they're going to say it's awesome anyway. And then also, continuing with the prices, I've seen significantly too many people say they're willing to spend $100 on that game, which no one should be. Like video game prices should not be going up because they're just not getting any more worth it than they have been in the past 20 years of our lives. And like I think it was set an awful precedent because the second one person touches 100, everyone's gonna think they're able to. It happened with Nintendo where they for some reason decided to make Mario Kart World $80, and then Xbox decided to go up from 70 to 80 within like just like 2 years of them being $70 games.
I think it is. I don't want to spend that much money.
You're the problem. You are the problem here. You should not be willing to spend $100 on this game. Maximum 70.
Okay, but I don't buy that many games. Not like you do. You probably spend more money on video games than I do.
Oh, I definitely do, but that's not the thing here. You shouldn't want to spend more.
I don't want to spend more, but I am willing to because it's a game that's been worked on for like 10 years. And it might not live up to expectations, but it's not going to be a Cyberpunk. It's going to, because Cyberpunk was built up for like, it was in development forever, for many years. So many people were hyped about it, and then it was terrible on launch.
Yeah, now it's apparently great. I played it a little bit, but
I still don't like it. I tried playing it.
I can't get into it, but I know it's like a great game. I feel the same way with The Witcher, but like
It's going to be good. And
hopefully.
It's going to be.
But I'm someone who does not like a single thing Rockstar has put out besides like Max Payne. Which
You loved
make
Red
the original
Dead.
Max Payne. The first one I think is good. I do not like Red Dead 2, and you know that.
Who am I thinking of that loved
Not
it?
me.
Oh, okay. Well, never mind. Like it or not, it is going to change the gaming industry because prices for other games are probably going to go up, like you said, which
They
sucks.
shouldn't, yeah.
It does suck. But also, GTA, when Rockstar releases a game, sometimes with Red Dead, but specifically GTA, it literally brings new stuff to like the gaming as a whole. And GTA 5 like revolutionized how like other games were made. I feel like
I don't agree. I think Rockstar is like the only gaming company that can afford to spend the amount they do on games, and that is the only reason that even like 7 years after it came out, Red Dead 2 is still like the most detailed game ever made. Is because it's also like the most expensive game ever made. I think games should go back a little bit in graphics quality so we can go back to getting games like every like 3 years rather than having to wait 5+ years for a sequel.
obviously I don't want to wait. But have you seen the graphics for GTA 6?
No, because they barely put any gameplay out. They keep putting CGI cutscenes.
Well, that is true. But imagine the strip club.
They did show that the strip club has like finger smudges on the poles, and I'm like, man, I'm glad that this is where 10 years of development have went. I've been looking at those poles.
I'm really personally excited for it.
Oh, there's the thing is, I'm sure I'm gonna get it because I'm sure whenever the game is gonna come out, and I will buy into the hype and I will get it. It's just that like I don't think it deserves to be put on a pedestal higher than like any other game that is also big.
What other game has been hyped for the past 13 years?
Skyrim.
Okay.
Yeah, like I think it's one of the biggest examples. It's like easily like Skyrim is considered like one of the highest, like most popular RPGs ever made. People really want the Elder Scrolls 6, and it was like the first teaser for the Elder Scrolls came out. 6 came out like 2015 or something like that, and we haven't seen anything on it. And it's just like that's not a good sign at all.
It's not. But we have a release date for GTA.
There's an actual date? I thought they just pushed it back to.
It's May
26th. Oh, I remember that. Yeah.
May 26, 2026, which is why I said in a year from now we'll be playing GTA 6, unless it gets delayed again.
I hope it turns out great. I just don't have hope for a game that takes that long to make.
Maybe I just have too much faith and I'm going to be disappointed. But...
Okay, I think I've talked about it. I don't know if I talked about it.
Man, I should not have got him on video games.
It is a rough topic, but I think GTA is like the game series for people who don't really like games.
Yeah.
It's kind of like Call of Duty, where it's just like somebody who happens to own a PlayStation or an Xbox that doesn't play a lot of games. They play Call of Duty and they play like Madden or FIFA or NBA 2K, and then they have GTA, and that's like they drop it there, and it's just like I think that's part of why GTA 6 is so hyped is because there's so many people who don't play anything besides GTA Online that are just wanting to play 6.
Yeah, and I am a person who spends a lot of time on, or not anymore, but used to play GTA Online a lot, but. So I am excited to see what the online could do on the new GTA. But
that would probably be insane.
Also, just the new story. And I was going to mention earlier, I kind of forgot. I read that it cost $2 billion for GTA 6, but that could be wrong. That could just be something like that.
I highly doubt it would cost that much, but if it did, that'd be insane.
That was including all the marketing and stuff.
The marketing is crazy.
For the game. But that was developing the game, marketing the game, like everything. Like they have spent like $2 billion.
I do think it will be a good game.
Yeah.
I don't think it will be... I don't think any game deserves the amount of hype that it's getting, because you don't really know anything about Hollow Knight, but like Silk Song, the sequel to Hollow Knight, came out like a month ago or whatever, and like that game would have been like announced 7 years ago and went completely silent, and then they randomly, no release date, they randomly announced a week before the game came out that like, hey, it's coming out next week, which is awesome. That's a great thing for game studios to do. But like it's getting great reviews, but there's still plenty of people who played Hollow Knight 1 that were just like, man, I like the first one better, because they took 7 years of hoping that the game was going to be better, that like it just like ruins your expectations, I think. So I'm hoping GTA 6 doesn't end up like that, but I do think it might.
Anyways, so where do you, assuming
get back on topic.
Assuming we're still doing it, where do you hope or think the podcast will be in a year?
Hopefully not in your basement. First of all,
what's wrong with my basement?
Nothing's wrong with your basement.
You didn't have to expose where our studio was.
I think it's kind of obvious, but we found a random like church, like abandoned church that we're just underneath right now. Like I think it clearly belongs to one of the two of us. But ideally, we would have a better location.
You seriously in a year? You think we could have like?
I don't think we'd have like a studio, but I mean like if either of us have like moved out of our houses, I think we could easily have a room that has more of a setup. Because like if I absolutely plan whenever I move out of my house to have a room dedicated to like hobbies and stuff like that. I'll have like a table for board games, and I'll have like my PC set up and stuff like that. I could easily just have another desk that just says That Goes Awesome behind it and a mic, and then we just go there.
Okay, a year from now?
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, so here's the deal. A year from now, we're going to look back at this segment of the podcast, and we're going to react to it.
Okay.
And we're going to react to what's actually happened. And then we're also going to talk about 5 years from now and 10 years from now or whatever.
And we're going to also do that?
And then when those points reach, we're going to look back at it as well. Okay? So, in a year from now, Christian is saying we are going to have our own studio in his new house.
Apartment, not a house.
Apartment.
I'm a 21-year-old college student.
That's what I meant. I meant apartment. Anyway, he's going to own a location or rent out a location.
I'm going to own a location.
That we're going to have our own studio. And we're going to have a big neon sign, finally, that says That Goes Awesome. I think that would be phenomenal. Where do you think we could possibly be in terms of like subscriber count a year from now?
A year from now?
On this day, October 21st, 2026, after I get off GTA 6, how many...
Maybe that's the solution. We stream GTA 6. I think it is possible but not likely that we could hit 1,000.
I think that's definitely possible.
I don't think it's likely. I do think it's possible.
I want to hit 100 by.
You wanted to by the end of the month. That's not happening.
I want to. Wait. Yeah. What if we hit like 100 by the end of the year, and then 500 by the end of like the school year, and then like 1,000 in like a year?
I don't think we'll hit 500 by the end of the school year. I also don't think we'll hit 1,000 by the
He
next
is
year.
doubting you guys. He's saying you aren't going to hit the
The
subscribe
people watching
button.
right now are probably not the ones who don't have the subscribe button hit. But I would love to be proven wrong.
1,000 subscribers a year from now would be awesome.
I would love that.
Or maybe 1,000 subscribers from the year or the day we started. In a year from the day we
Yeah.
started.
I can see that. I'd love for that to happen.
That'd be awesome.
It would go awesome.
Okay. What about 5 years? For yourself first.
How many subscribers do I want to have by myself?
No.
Theoretically, I'd probably still be at the same job that I got
Mhm.
a year from now. If I get a job a year from now, and if I didn't, hopefully I'm at that job in 5 years. I realistically in 5 years will probably just be at an apartment saving up for an actual house.
Mhm.
That's kind of what I see. Because I have a job, I'm mostly doing job things, playing not GTA 6 because it won't be out.
Shut up. GTA 7.
Yeah. Me on my deathbed playing GTA 7. But I think that's the way the plan is. I would love to be just in the process of working up. I think with how money works now, how the economy is, I think hoping to have a house by like 25 is like almost unfeasible. But I would love to be proven wrong. I would love to be able to make that money to be able to afford one.
You're going to be 25 in 5 years? That doesn't matter.
I'll be 26.
Yeah.
But yeah, hopefully I'll be in the process.
You think you're going to be married?
Yeah.
I feel like that was a big thing you didn't mention.
I mean, yeah. I guess I didn't really think about it, but yeah, realistically that will happen. Don't know when it'll happen. It's more important to keep that a secret. But I don't know when it's time.
I think 5 years from now, I will be hopefully in my main career. Like, I had been working for a couple of years. I think I'll definitely be married in 5 years.
Okay.
Probably not any kids. Maybe like almost a kid.
What is almost a kid name?
Okay, in 5 years from now, I'm almost 22. So in 5 years from now, I'm gonna be 27, almost. Okay, so I feel like maybe I should have I don't know. I think I'll have a kid. I think I'm like, the kid will be like in the oven in like 5 years.
Keep the kid out of the oven. But like I appreciate the sentiment.
Hopefully the cat.
I was about to say keep the mouse out of the pot. Keep the kid out of the oven.
Okay, so I will be hopefully working and living on my own. Well, with my partner. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
The kid thing is where I don't really know. It just depends, I guess, how financially I feel.
Yeah.
So it just depends how my career is going.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I will have a kid in the oven when I am
Keep 'em out of
27.
Okay, 10 years.
No, podcast.
Podcast in 5 years.
Podcast in 5 years. We're still doing it.
2000.
We're still doing it.
We had a decline.
5 years later. If we were doing this for 5 years, we better be good at it at this point, right?
Yeah.
I think if we were aiming for 1,000 for 1 year, at least 10,000 in 5 years, right?
That's not how math works. It'd be 5,000.
It goes exponentially.
Does it?
I mean,
Do we?
theoretically, we should grow exponentially. We have been so far.
True.
I think,
I would
I-
like to hit 10,000 in 5 years. It'd be high.
I honestly think we could go higher than that.
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I feel like usually on YouTube you either like slam it, you hit the ground running, or you like take 10 years to hit like 10,000.
I think we can do 10,000 in 5 years.
Okay,
And-
I'll hold you to that.
That would be awesome. 5 years from now, we have our own studio with definitely with a neon sign. We have
No.
10,000 subscribers. We're regularly making both podcasts and YouTube videos.
Okay.
Daniel will be like just graduating college.
That's crazy.
I know.
Oh man.
We'll have a producer that is hopefully able to be a full-time producer because we're gonna go off to the moon. Not literally, but
Bro's got bigger hopes than I do.
the moon goes awesome would be an awesome vlog. I'm just saying.
That's awesome. I like that idea.
10 years. You will be 31. I will be.
Oh gosh.
I'll be about 32. That makes me so sad to think about how I'm going to be old.
I don't want to be old.
My brother is 10 years older than me, so I will be my brother's age.
That's insane.
And my brother currently lives on his own, well, lives with his partner, obviously, and has 2 kids. And
Are
works.
either of them in the oven?
No, they're both out of the oven. I don't think there's a third in the oven, but I could be wrong.
So you're gonna be like your brother. What a sweet thing to say.
I don't know if I want to be like my brother in 10 years. I want to be. Hopefully, I'm well established in my career. Hopefully, I have worked my way up to some point
Didn't we
where
we skipped straight to not talking about where we see ourselves in 10 years, didn't we? We went straight to podcast first, and then we're moving on to how we see ourselves in 10 years now, I guess. Because like it was just such a weird transition there.
No, it wasn't. We talked about ourselves in 5 years.
Well, I know, but then like you said you wanted to talk about the podcast in 5 years, and then it just went straight to podcast in 10 years.
I'm talking about myself in 10 years.
Okay.
Why are you confused? Did I do that wrong?
I don't think you did it wrong. It's just a little bit different order than I
I
expected.
don't think it was.
Wow. Keep talking.
Okay, I hope I'm successful in my career. I hopefully at this, honestly, in like a year or like 5 years, I should have like good retirement plan set up, all that. So I shouldn't be worried about too much of that in 10 years from now. Hopefully I'm just living my best life, going to work every day, hopefully not every day, but going to work 40 hours a week, coming home to a nice, lovely family at the house.
Gosh, I hate the idea of the world we live in where you're like, man, I hope in 10 years I'm working 40 hours a week.
Yeah, that's sad. But once again, hopefully we don't have to.
True.
Where do you see yourself in 10 years?
Twice divorced, raging alcoholic.
Honestly, probably.
What? No. It's such a boring answer. Same concept. I would like to have at least one child, because my goal is to have a kid at 27 years old. Because my papa had my dad at 27 years old, my dad had me at 27 years old. I gotta keep that streak going. So like, that's my plan. Have a kid at 27 years old. Okay, we're getting a little off topic here, but just to talk about kids, ovens, that kind of thing. So you want kids eventually?
Yeah.
What gender?
I mean,
And how many?
I don't think I get to pick.
Obviously, but what would you prefer? Because I want two. I want a boy and a girl.
Okay.
But I will love my kid no matter what.
I want 4 kids.
You want 4 kids?
He did the classic look. Yeah, I'm a big kid guy. I don't. I've because I'm the youngest in my family and all my siblings are like a lot older than me. I've been around kids a lot more than probably most people my age have. And
What's the
What?
correlation there?
because I've been an uncle since I was like 5.
Oh, I
That-
see what you mean. I thought you were just saying since you were the youngest, you dealt with young people, and I was like, yeah, we all do that.
Since I was the youngest, all my siblings have grown up and had the kids already. And so I have literally been an uncle since I was about 5, which is like really weird.
Gosh, Unc.
I know, I am Unc. But as much as some of their kids get on my nerves, I want my own kids like really bad. So yeah, I've always said like the number 4. I don't really know.
6, 7 kids.
No, not that many. I don't really want any more than that. I want like an even distribution. I mean, as long as I have at least one guy and one girl.
I want a boy and a girl. Okay, another question. Right now, if you had to name them right now, what would you pick? What would you
See,
pick?
have you and Marina talked about this?
Names? No.
Ever?
No.
Really?
Well, I think we've made very short comments, but we haven't planned it.
Hopefully,
What do
when
you
we're looking back at this in like 10 years or 5 years or even a year, y'all are still together because that'd be kind of awkward.
yeah.
I just name drop, but You've seriously never talked about what to name your kids?
But I think we've talked about it, but not like seriously, because kids are just not in the cards right now.
Well, I hope to have a boy first.
Okay.
And I guess if I'm looking back at this in years from now, we'll see if it happens or not. But hopefully I have a boy and I name him Phoenix.
That's my dog's name.
Well, that's going to be my son's name. And his middle name is also going to be Storm.
Okay.
Phoenix Storm.
Funny that you say that, because if I have a boy, I want to name him Thomas, since that's my middle name and my uncle's middle name. So I think it'd be cool to have it as a first name. But if I have a girl, I don't know what I want their first name to be yet. But I do want their middle name to be Hope, because that is my older sister's name.
I like the idea of like middle names and naming, like passing on my middle name. Because first of all, I have a really cool middle name. Phoenix
I
Storm
got
is
Thomas.
It's such an awesome name.
Phoenix Storm is crazy.
Tell me that's not awesome.
2 X-Men.
But I've never been a fan of the idea of naming your kids your name, like your first name.
I don't like that either. Christian the second.
That would, like, I'm Jaden.
My Jesus.
I'm not naming my kid Jaden. That's just cringe. And I can say
Jadens.
because both my dad was named after his dad, and my papa named.
So you're just like hating on your family tree right now?
Yeah. Why? Like, come on, be original. Like, if you want to have some type of lineage to it, yeah, middle name, cool. But a first name, come on. It just gets confusing. Sorry. Wait, did you answer the 10 years?
Yeah.
Okay, so where do you see the podcast in 10 years?
Well, that fully depends on if the internet survives for that long, because AI is going to take over.
Hopefully in 10 years from now, we're still actually here talking and it's not AI versions of
We're
ourselves.
on feeding tubes, but we're like projecting AI holograms of us on the table. I like that idea. I don't actually like that idea.
No.
It's like Wall-E.
If we're still doing this in 10 years, that is incredible.
I doubt it, but if it happens, I'll be sick.
You really doubt it?
Yeah, do you not?
I mean, maybe I'm just more hopeful than you.
I think you're more hopeful, which is usually I'm more optimistic than you are. But
Really? You think so?
I think it depends on the topic. But
Not with GTA 6.
not GTA 6. I'll tell you that
You
much.
really, you don't think we'll be here in 6 or
6, 7 years.
Hopefully we're not doing this in 6, 7 years. But do you really not think we'll be here in 10 years?
Well, I think we'll be here.
Hopefully.
I mean, my heart condition might take me. No clue. It could just be you on this couch.
Well, hopefully we're in your studio.
We're not taking the couch.
I mean, I guess I could take the couch.
Yeah, we have the couch.
Yo.
But
Okay, so I guess we're gonna be doing it in 10
Okay.
years, assuming we are
100,000.
100,000 in 10 years. So we go from 1,000 to 10,000 to 100,000. I think it's doable. If we
There's been people that have
grown a lot faster.
made it a lot faster. So I think that's a unoptimistic look to hope for that much in so long time.
Okay, then optimistic look, 1,000,000 in 10 years.
That would be hype.
If we stayed consistent like we are now for 10 years straight and consistently also got better at doing it, it's possible.
It's possible.
Film more YouTube videos.
I think it's really hard to be successful in East Tennessee.
But thanks to the power of the internet, if we didn't say that, they wouldn't even know where we're at. We could be in Hollywood right now.
No, I think they would know. First of all, they all know where we go to school.
That's true.
Second of all, I think you just like we walk out into a street, and if we're recording, they're like, "Oh,
That's true.
that's got to be in the South."
That's true. But maybe 10 years from now, we won't live here. Actually, I hope I don't live here.
I think I will be in 10 years.
I hope I don't live
maybe
here
the
in 10
podcast
years.
will be like a split screen, like long distance camera footage.
And it's just going to be us just actually like catching up every time instead of seeing each other every day and then talking.
That'd be that's tragic.
It's going to be like the podcast is the only time we talk to each other. Man, that'd have some fire content though.
That would be crazy.
But that would be sad for us.
You try to text me and you're like, "It's an emergency. Save it for the pod."
Sometimes we do that already.
Yeah.
Oh, anyways, well, hopefully in 10 years, Jaden and Christian still exist. And hopefully that goes awesome still exists. Hopefully we have more subscribers than we do now. Hopefully we don't go down.
Hopefully we continue to go awesome.
We continue to go awesome. And future Jaden, future Christian, if you're watching it, if you're watching this, I hope you're doing well. I hope it's went the way you wanted it to be, and I hope you're happy. I hope all this college hell has been worth it. I hope you live a long life.
31-year-old Jaden's gonna be watching this, bawling his eyes out. It's not okay.
Hopefully it's okay. Oh, because life could go awesome.
Roll credits.
Anyways, I have been Jaden.
I'm still Christian.
Dude, the other day, me and Christian hit like the fattest dap up
It
ever.
was insane. We
It
can
wa-
stop holding hands now.
Like popped my ears.
It was actually crazy.
Anyways, that's all we have time for, guys. We're out.